Hey there, I'm Alanis. I'm here with Continent Named Coma, and I'm here with
Tristan, I do vocals.
I'm Jake, I play the bass.
Ryan, I play guitar and do vocals.
I'm Paul, I play the drums.
So today was your final show, huh?
It was.
It was our final show.
That's it.
How did it feel to kind of put a bookmark in this book for a little while?
Really good.
Really good?
It was. It's surreal. I still haven't fully processed it yet because we've been doing this band for fucking like 7 years or some shit. So it still hasn't fully hit me that was the last time, but it is, and I think we ended it out on a really good note.
I'm sad.
You're
I'm
sad
I'm
about it?
sad about it.
Yeah.
I've only been in the band for 2 years, so I could have played with these people forever, and I probably still will, but just not like this, which is sad.
Yeah, but
Maybe
7 years is a long time to be a screamo project. How has the band kind of evolved over the years?
Significantly.
A lot.
So much.
So we started in a garage that we were renting, and we invited Ryan. Originally, the idea was to rip off like Death Heaven and Oathbreaker, basically. We went under a name called Morning Star, and morning like someone died morning,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And that changed because I couldn't play blast beats very well, so we decided to do post-hardcore instead. And then we took a while to figure out this name, and wrote a bunch of songs, and we wanted to mix it with like post-rock, post-metal type stuff. So there was a lot of like really heavily like guitar-laden tracks that were like really thick and like, I don't know, how would you describe it, Ryan?
What, like atmospheric?
Yeah,
like,
atmospheric, but like still really heavy.
Yeah, like post-metal-y kind of stuff. I was very influenced by a lot of shoegaze type stuff and like post-rock, Explosions in the Sky, Godspeed, that kind of stuff. And then eventually we played with State Faults and Quiet Fear at a 51 West back in like 2019, and that kind of like introduced all of us to screamo and like very like crazy. I don't know, like we were all like very involved when we saw.
Still probably one of my favorite shows we played.
That's what kind of set you on this path?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So shout out to State Faults and Quiet Fear. Love all those people.
Yeah, we ended up playing with Quiet Fear a few extra times, and we made some good friends out of them. We played with State Faults twice actually, and they stayed at our place both those times, and it's just really good experience overall. And from there, we like gradually worked more towards screamo with the stuff that we ended up putting out later, and yeah, that's kind of the evolution.
Yeah, so you guys have come a long way from the Phoenix scene itself has also evolved a lot in that time frame. What are some changes you've kind of noticed in the community?
Oh goodness, definitely less of an emphasis on the money. It's a lot more accessible for kids to go to shows, play shows, form bands. I feel like over the decades, this is my second decade in this Arizona scene, and there's less of the predatory promoters, more of the community vibe now that wasn't there 10 years ago and wasn't the same 20 years ago either. A lot more artistry over clout, I would say.
Yeah, it feels like when we started, even after we had played with State Faults in 2019, mind you, because screamo hadn't blown up yet at that point. Like, both of these bands were still kind of under the radar in a sense. We were playing with whatever we could find, basically, because we didn't really fit in a particular niche. We were just playing with some bands that fit part of our style, and that would happen over and over in various ways. You know, draw blanks however you want to. And then I would say maybe after we did a couple one-off shows in California with Versus Self and stuff, we noticed Versus Self and bands associated with them in SoCal starting to build up some heat, and that has just blown up all over different cities in the last few years. So that was kind of the turning point. I think it was 21 or 22.
Yeah.
And from there, things just started to escalate as we were already writing screamo. You know, some of us formed other bands doing the same thing. And the community has really embraced it, and these later years were a definitive difference in that way. Not always we're selling a fuck ton more stuff or anything, but we know people are a lot more interested in the direction that we're heading towards. You know, as that
shows just got better.
We really did.
And Screamo is the strongest it's been here in Arizona now than it probably ever has been in previous kind of cycles. I feel like everything kind of goes in cycles, where hardcore will get popular again and Screamo will get popular again, and every kind of 10 years it's rinse and repeat. And this feels like the strongest time of that, I would say, from the last 20 years.
Yeah, I would agree with all of that. Yeah, y'all know this shit.
Yeah, so you kind of alluded at like the future of like not only the scene but like the band and like other side projects and projects going on. What does the future look like for musically for the members of Coma?
I guess I could start. I play in
One of
another.
the most bands.
True. I play in another band called Live Longer Burn Everything. Check us out. We're gonna put out a new record pretty soon. Also played the first show tonight with my other band, Cum Squat, which is some fucking crazy, noisy, PV, sludgy. I don't even know. It's fucking crazy. And then I got some other projects coming down the pike too, so stay tuned for that.
I'm going to take a fat break. I might come back later, figure something out, maybe get these people up and playing with me again and do the same thing, or take a break and do something totally new. I don't know yet, and I want to have a blank slate and just see where it goes and not think about it for a while and then come back.
That's fair.
Oh goodness, I'm playing bass in a band called Alistair. We're kind of like shoegazy heavy U2. No, they're gonna hate that I said that.
They are, and that's so
They're gonna.
I mean,
Bono's a big fan of mine.
You two got dropped on the interview? What?
One of my old bands called LK. We're gonna release our final EP this year. Play a show with Let Live in October. We're looking forward to that. And then I'm finally gonna start. I've always dreamed of starting a Thursday rip-off band, and I'm gonna sing for that, and that'll come out this year.
It's sick. It's fucking sick.
I'm a big fan of Thursday, so I'm here
my
for
favorite
it.
band of all time.
All right.
Favorite band of all time. I love Thursday and I love Hope's Fall, Fear Before, so I want to do a band that rips all of that off, and I can't wait.
I'm definitely taking a break for a minute, but I eventually want to start writing some stuff for myself. I don't want to put any big, hard lines on it just yet, but I'll say that, I've been listening to so much Block Party and Modest Mouse.
Okay.
And that's kind of what's been really inspiring me lately. So maybe it ends up being a math rock band. I will let you know when I know.
Sure. The fork in the road of Arcade Fire and Dillinger Escape Plan you're looking at, huh?
Yeah.
That's wow. Yeah.
Combination.
Yeah, we went the Dillinger route with Live Longer, I think.
I've noticed. Yeah, so looking back, you mentioned State Falls, but the first show that I ever saw you guys play was when you opened for Soul Glow
Oh god.
at the Nile Underground. And then what are some other memorable shows? Because you guys have played with shows with like you've mentioned Vercel, State Falls, a lot of bands that have come through the area that have kind of risen up a little bit. Who are some other kind of notable shows you remember?
The one that first comes to mind, besides State Falls and Quiet There, because that's really high up there for me, is got to be a show from I think late 2023 or 2024. We played the Now Coffee Shop with Bite the Hand. There was supposed to be a third band. They dropped, and it was just us two. We fucking rocked the place.
That was a great show.
It was good. Yeah. 80, 90 cap room, and it was almost full. It was
That
crazy.
might be my favorite.
Was that the one last February?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a great
Yeah, that
show.
one was awesome.
That was when I met you.
Probably, yeah.
That one was sick.
Yeah.
We also played with Frail Body last year.
Oh,
and,
that's right.
that was another band that was a big turning point for getting into screamo for me. So finally playing with them was a dream come true.
That's AOTY.
Love those dudes. Got to give Lowell a big old hug when I saw him. It was awesome.
At the time, I was drumming for Live Longer, and I had double duty that night. That was tough.
Count Ashy was crazy.
Oh, that was fun too. Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Musical Ghost was on that, I think. That was
Yeah,
really
they're
cool.
local and absolutely.
Shout out
bonkers.
Musical Ghost.
Yeah.
Every show on tour was always fun,
Yeah.
except for Portland. But every other one was amazing.
Yeah, what was it? The crazy,
the vibe was just,
really stacked one with Versus Self. Where was that?
Oh, Pomona.
Pomona.
Yeah,
That one was
was
insane.
That one was
Goes
definitely
Fucking
insane.
packed room, 300 kids. We could barely fit.
Yeah.
Also, when we played in San Diego with Gallium, Like
that was cool
that
too.
was fucking incredible.
Che
That was my
Cafe.
first time seeing them, and it was
Yeah.
just bonkers.
Shout out Che Cafe.
Shout out Che Cafe. Shout out Gallium.
Like the
Who else
third
played
interview in the past week where people shout out Che Cafe. That place
Yeah.
fucking rules.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
so
It's the best.
cool.
It's the best. It's like home.
Yeah. So like you guys are gonna leave quite a legacy on like the Phoenix screamo scene, but like to kind of cap it off, if there was one Coma song that you're most proud of, what would that be?
Very easily, All the Real Cowboys Are Dead.
Okay, yeah.
That is just, for me, the song of any project I've been in that I've poured the most of myself into.
Okay.
I mean, it's essentially about like my own personal experience in having been in church and seeing how hateful people of God can be, while kind of figuring out my own queerness and my own gender identity, and just that disconnect. So that song of any project I have been in is the one that means the most to me currently. Right? It's just it's me. That's I feel like that song is me in a nutshell.
Nice.
Is that out of what's released or just in general?
In general.
I'm picking stuff that we've released. It's definitely All the Real Cowboys Are Dead. That's probably like the closest to how we sound that has been released since like fucking 2022 or some shit. But if we're talking about unreleased songs, it's an untitled track that we actually opened the set with tonight. I don't know, that one just I worked really hard on that one as well, and it connects with me a lot as well. So, but I'm proud of everything we've done though.
I liked playing them all. I didn't have to help write any of them. I just got to play them, so I like them all.
Happy to be here.
Just happy to be here.
Just happy to be there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cop out because we've had so many different sounds.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you three. I'm gonna skip the first record because I don't think any of us really like. There's good stuff on there, but it wasn't. We weren't really. We were feeling ourselves out.
Yeah.
But second release, the song "No Longer," like that one was so well constructed in my opinion. Like it was creepy, and then it built up to this crescendo, and I was really proud of that. Out of like, it was a later song, it was more recent, but out of like the middle phase of sorts when we were moving towards screamo, I would say the song Kokeshi, because Kokeshi, this guy through Takashi's Eyes, if you guys want to go listen, because it just really encapsulates like this classic screamo vibe with new screamo influence in it. So you could listen to it and think like Thursday or something like that, or like another post-hardcore band from all that classic era. And then, you know, there's a part in the song where it kind of changes pace, and then you feel like more frenetic energy. And I was really proud of that. Another really well-constructed song. And after that, probably would say Cowboys. All the Real Cowboys Are Dead. That one's crazy. That one just means so much to all of us, and I was really proud of some of the writing on that.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's been a pleasure seeing you guys over the years, and yeah.